In lesson math 2.7, lesson 2.7, we're finding the percent of a number. 2.6, we estimated the percent of a number. Now we're actually finding the exact number. Okay? Whenever it says of a number, it means multiplying something. Of is multiplication. So it's 18% of 300. Now, change that to be a times. 18% times 300. I have to get this to either a fraction or a decimal, and then I can multiply. Okay? If I make it into a fraction, it's 18 over 100. That's my fraction. 18% is 18 out of 100. Okay? Times, then I'm going to make 300 into a fraction. Now I just go across. But I could cross simplify. I'm going to divide this by 100 and divide this by 100. This gets me 1. This gets me 3. So 18 times 3 is times 3, 24, 54. 54. 1 times 1 is 1. Anything over 1 is just the number 54. Okay? So 18% of 300 is 54. Okay. The other way I could do this, instead of making it into a fraction, make it into a decimal. And the way to do that is I take 18%. I want to get rid of this, so I start where the decimal is, over 2, right there, 0.18 times 300. Okay? Then I come over here and I do 300 times 0.18. And we know how to do this. Don't worry about the decimal right now. 8 times 0 is 0. 8 times 0 is 0. 8 times 3 is 24. Add my 0. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 3 is 3. Add this up. 0, 0, 4, 5. Then I got to worry about my decimal at the very end. 1, 2, 1, 2. So it is 54, which is the same. Either timesing it by the decimal or timesing it by a fraction. All you got to do is get this percent to be either a decimal or a fraction, and then do what we've done, what I know you know how to do. It's multiply a number by a decimal or multiply a number by a fraction. Okay? Let's do this next one. 38% of 70. In my head, I know this is less than 50% already. So less than 50%, this is going to be 35 or less. Because 50% of 70, I'm going to just put a 35 right there. I know if my number's equal to or greater than 35, I'm most likely wrong. So that's how I estimated, just to help me see if I'm kind of close. But now I'm going to find the exact. 38% of 70, 38 over 100 times 70. Make that into a fraction. Now, I could divide this by 10, divide this by 10. That gets me 10 here. That gets me 7 here. Okay? 38 times 7. 38 times 7. 56. 21 plus 5 is 26. So this is 266 over 10 times 1 is 10. Now, the bigger one is on top, so I take my 266 divided by 10. Let's see what we get. Okay? 10 goes into 2, no, it goes into 20 2 times. It's 20. Subtract that out, I get 6. That's 0, so then I bring down my next one, 6. 10 goes into 66 6 times. 60, that leaves me with 6. Now, I have no more numbers to pull down, but I still have this. I could take it into a remainder 6. I could make it into a fraction, 26 and 6/10. But I want it into a decimal. So the way I do it is I add a decimal and a 0. I haven't changed that number, but I've given me another digit here. When I have the decimal there, I put it on top here, and then I can forget about that one. So now I bring down my 0. 10 goes into 60 6 times. 6 times 10 is 60. Subtract it out. I have nothing left here, nothing left here. That's my answer. 26.6. Okay. Now, if I would have ended like this, 26, and I have this 6 left over, 26 and 6/10. Well, I'm going to put 6/10 into a decimal. I know it's 0.6, and I have 26 holes. 26.6. Okay. So either way, you're going to get 26.6. Okay. Now, I got 35 as less than 50% of 70. This is less than 35. I feel good about where I'm at. Okay. So that's if I make it into a fraction. Let's make this into a decimal and do it. See if we get the same answer. So 38%. I want to get rid of this percent into a decimal. I find where is the decimal? It's right there. So I go 1, 2, this is gone, and this is gone. Okay, 0.38 times 70. 0.38 times 70, I come over here, I have my 70, I have my 0.38, set it up like that. Forget about the decimal until the very end. Let's go. 8 times 0 is 0. 8 times 7 is 56. Add my 0. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 7 is 21. Add these up. Okay. Now, I got to worry about my decimal. Bring it out. 1, 2. Take it in. 1, 2. Okay. So my answer is 26.6. Is what I got over there. All right. So that's how you take, when you have a percent that's less than 100% of a number. So 18% of 300 is 54. 38% of 70 is 26.6. Of just means multiplication, and you get it into a fraction or a decimal, and you multiply. Okay? Sometimes you might have a percentage that's over 100%, or less than 1%. Okay? So this is way over 100%. I know 100% of 550 is 550. So this is going to be more than 550. So my answer has to be more than 550 because it's more than 100% of it. It's 128%. Okay? I could do it the same way, putting it over a fraction. When I get to this size, I like to do, when it's over 100%, I like to do a decimal. So I'm going to, 128, I'm going to get rid of this. My decimal is right there to begin with. I just got to go over 2 this way. Get rid of it. 1, 2. Okay? So my decimal is 1.28 times 550. Now, I'm going to come over here and do this. 550 times 1.28. Now, this is big multiplication problem, but we just take it a little bit at a time. We can do this. 8 times 0 is 0. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 5 is 40 plus 4 is 44. Add my 0. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 5 is 10 plus 1 is 11. Add my 0 for this one. 1 times 1 is, I have to add 2 zeros because I'm next level down. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 5 is 5. And I add these up. 4, 5 plus 1. 4 plus 1 is 5 plus another 5 is 10. 5, 6, 7. 7, 0, 4, 0, 0. Now, I got to get this decimal out. 1, 2. Take it in 1, 2. So my answer is 704. 704. I knew that I was going to be over 550, which I am, so that's good. Okay. On something like this, if you know how to do this and can get it correct, You know how to multiply like that? Go ahead and use your calculator. 550 times 1.28, and you'll get 704. Okay? So that's how we do it from percent over 100% and times it by your number. Let's go to under 1%, a very small part. So I have 3% of 200. Okay? I'm going to make this, get rid of this percent. 0.3. Okay? I want to get rid of this, so I have to go this way 2 from wherever the decimal starts. 1, 2. And I have 2 spots to fill in zeros. And I get rid of this, and I got rid of that. So 0.003 times 200. You can type it into your calculator. I know this is so small. This is going to be very small. It's not close to 100%, so it's not even close to 200. It's not close to 50%. It's not close to 100. It's not even really close to 1%. It's going to be very small, very small. So let's do this. 200 times 0.003. Okay? So we go 3 times 0 is 0. That's 0. And that is 3 times 2 is 6. And then I know that these two are zeros, so I could keep going with them. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. But I know that these are all going to be zeros. Oops. So I'm not going to go any further. Well, I could show you. Let's do it. And my 0. 0 times 0 is 0. 0 times 0 is 0. 0 times 0 is 0. Then I add 2 zeros. 0 times 0. 0 times 0. 0 times 2 is 0. Add them up. 0, 6, 0, 0. Now, I got to get rid of my decimals. 1, 2, 3. Goes out 3, so it has to come in 3. 1, 2, 3. So my answer is 0.6. 0.6. It's very small. It's not even 1. It's not even 1. Okay. Now, this percentage is also less than a 1%, so it's going to be very small, even though it looks like 0.85%. Looks like it's bigger, but it's 0.85%. Let's get 0.85% to a decimal. We got to go that way 2 times. So 1, 2. Put my decimal. I have 2 places I have to fill in zeros. And I get rid of this. Okay. This is a large multiplication problem that's going to get me a small number because of the decimals. But let's do it. 600 times 0.0085. Okay, forget about the decimal. Let's just do it. 5 times 0, 0. 5 times 0, 0. 5 times 6, 30. Add my 0. 8 times 0 is 0. 8 times 0 is 0. 8 times 6 is 48. These two are zeros. The rest are zeros. I'm not going to do anything more. Add these up. 0, 0, 0. 8, 9, 10, 11. And 5. So I have 5, 1, 0, 0, 0. That's not my answer. I got to put these decimals back in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times it has to go out. So 4 times 2, 3, 4. 5.1. 5.1 is my answer. Okay? Again, if you know how to do this, you can use your calculator to help you to get the answer. Okay? That is how you find the percent of a number. A number that is, the percentage could be less than 100%. Here we have over 100%. Here we have less than 1%. Okay? Try that. Look at the guided practice. Try the independent practice. If you have any questions, let me know.